So, I got my Kratom stems in. Um, I just want to put out a warning to people. There's very little information on how to use Kratom stems on YouTube or the internet. I mean, there's two different ways people are using it. One is they say add 10% of the stem to your normal Kratom mixture and then gradually decrease like that. Then another one says to go ahead and just replace your normal Kratom intake with stems. Um, so this is what I did. The first day I got it in, I cut the first dose with wait no I didn't cut the first dose. I took my regular dose like I took it. The mail came, got the stems, did a little research, decided to replace one dose with Kratom stems. Did it work? I started to feel some withdrawals, just a little bit. So, but there was something else there. It was almost like a quitting smoking type of thing, like a draw, like a pull. So anyway, but overall, it didn't really. I mean, it did curve the withdrawals a bit, but what really sucked is it made me tired, and I can't be tired. I already told you guys I can't do it. I got to be able to work, and if I can't work, then I can't afford to. I can't afford to get off of Kratom. I can't afford to do anything. Anyway, so day 2, what I did was I went ahead and I cut. I know you're not supposed to do this, but I did it anyway because I had stems. So what I did was I cut my dose in half in the morning and used and put in a half a teaspoon of stem and cut it with that. Now I got to tell you, like, the stem does affect the kratom itself. So what happened was it actually for a moment there knocked me on my ass. Like I had to go lay down for a second because it was a weird type of feeling. It wasn't the euphoric effect that you usually get from kratom use when you take a high dose of kratom. And this is just for me. Like, I don't know how it's affecting other people. And if you can find somebody on the internet that says different, then please fucking follow them. But so anyway, I had to lay down, but then I had a doctor's appointment, so I was like, so I took a moment just to catch my breath, lay down for a second and then headed out. Now the feeling was almost like, I don't want to say panic attack. It wasn't that bad. Like it was just a weird, awkward feeling. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was weird. It was almost like I wasn't going to be able to function if I would have took any more. So later on that day, I did the same thing with a smaller dose to kind of, I used, because what I usually do is I do 2 teaspoons in the morning, then I do a teaspoon in the afternoon, around lunch, and then a teaspoon in the evening, and then a teaspoon before bed to fight the restless leg syndrome. Now I have been cutting that down majorly, but that only equals out to be 25 grams. So it's better than the 45 to 60 grams I was doing before. So anyway, in the afternoon, I did it again. I went ahead and I used a smaller dose this time. I cut my teaspoon and a half, actually maybe less than a half, and I just split the difference. So it was like half stem, half of my kratom use. That did start some slight withdrawals, just a little bit. It was weird. And it did the same thing that happened to me in the morning. Like it went ahead and it made me feel weird again. So I took my regular doses like I did, like I'm supposed to for the rest of the day. With the exception that I missed that last dose that night. So what they say about stems extending the kratom effect is true, I'm thinking. Because I basically forgot about it for a while. It wasn't even in my head that I had to take it. So that's a good thing. So what I did was I decided to change tactics. So instead of trying to force stems into my kratom use, I went ahead and I'm adding 25% kratom, 25% stem to my normal kratom use. And I think I'm still experimenting with that. But I mean, some people say that if you do that, it extends the effect of the kratom. So it's not like, you know, and I think that's the key, is to extend the effect so that you're not craving it, or you're not having withdrawal symptoms. And so I'm still experimenting with it. So I'm definitely going to cut a couple more videos on this to go ahead and explain how stems are affecting me and helping me like lower my kratom dose. Because what I'm trying to get to is maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons a day instead of the 5 teaspoons I was doing before. And it seems like it's starting to work. Like right now I'm down to 4 teaspoons a day, which is pretty good. Because that's a whole 4.5 grams like out of your normal kratom use, you know. Yeah, like I said before, I appreciate every goddamn one of you. And if you like the stuff the info I'm throwing out in the universe, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're not subscribed already, please, you know, hit the bell for notifications or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out. You guys take it easy, and I hope you got something out of this.